Olga grew up in a family of decent people. Her parents worked at the factory all their lives. At the age of 19, after the first year of the institute, she became pregnant. At the institute, she had to take academic leave because she could not continue her studies further. Her lover, Mikhail, also studied at her institute, was a year older than her. There they met. As it seemed to them, they had very tender and strong feelings. After Mikhail found out about the pregnancy, he proposed to Olga. They got married when she was 5 months pregnant. After giving birth, their relationship deteriorated greatly. They are both young, ambitious, quick-tempered, and here, the crying of a child, postpartum depression, lack of milk and other difficulties that they had to face. Mikhail decided to leave when the girl was less than 2 months old. They didn't want to live together anymore. Then, her mother came to help the girl with the child. Then, Olga relaxed. I didn't want to sit with the child for a long time. I also didn't want to breastfeed for a long time. At 4 months, she already began to feed her daughter with a mixture and completely transferred the child to artificial feeding. Mom worked with the child, and she continued to walk. When the baby was a little over 2 years old, she had a brother. And again, her new lover leaves her, only before the birth. She gave birth to another child, a boy. And again, the poor daughter comes to the aid of her mother. After all, the daughter of such a poor woman is not lucky with men. And again, all the worries fell on the shoulders of her mother. She helped with the children, and Alia was still having fun, taking a break from the kids. When the youngest child was 1 year old, her mother went home to her father and left her grandchildren to her own mother. Olga did not work, so her parents were forced to work and earn extra money, as they had to support their daughter and grandchildren and pay rent for an apartment. Olga, she didn't send the children to the kindergarten, but simply, when she needed to go out, she left them to the neighbors. But the unthinkable happened. She left the children themselves in the apartment for 4 days and didn't even leave food for them. But she locked them herself and rushed off to meet her next boyfriend. Leave alone in the apartment children aged 2 and 4 years. It's just tin. The neighbors heard the children crying, but did not immediately pay attention, as there were cases when the children cried for a long time, despite the fact that the mother was at home. They sobbed for 2 days, especially at night. The children were scared and very hungry. She left them a few pieces of bread and a bowl of porridge. Neighbors noticed that the children climbed out the windows and screamed. They called the police because they thought something might have happened to their mother. When the owner of the apartment came and opened the door, at the request of the police, the children were already very weak. The doctors fought for the boy's life for a long time, but thank God he survived. The girl passed away even faster. In a couple of days, she was already handed over to social workers. As it turned out later, the mother returned home and was not even looking for children. Neighbors called the police, and they had already had a conversation with the unfortunate mother. She said that she met with a man and she herself does not know how she was so late. She said that she did not think that something could happen to the children. However, she was still drunk. This is a real story that shows us that we need to be vigilant and always pay attention to everything that happens around us. If not for vigilant neighbors, these children might not even be alive. Now, they are preparing documents to transfer children to the custody of grandparents, and they want to deprive their mother of parental rights.